can't discuss it.
Fine. Okay, you want me to do it? Just have the phone on this side of the glass, please.
Ah.
It's our hope that you will hear today know a lot more about these amazing animals size, speed, power, and complex learning abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations all around the world, and we're so excited to share their story with all of you today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high climb, and powerful.
You'll see all that today and more. These behaviors contribute to an environment that is full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today, you'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen social bonds and enable them to problem solve as a group. Scientifically named or scientists work on, but more commonly referred to as killer whales. Here at SeaWorld, they're lovingly known as Katina, Nalani, Malia, Trua, and Makayo, our killer whale family. Our youngest whale is Makayo, at just 13 years of age, and our oldest whale is Makayo's mother, who this year celebrated her 48th birthday, and that is Katina. Katina is also the matriarch, or the leader of our pod. Now here at SeaWorld, we use positive reinforcement training, and we can communicate with the whales in a number of different ways. One of the ways that we communicate with them is through hand signals. And the reason that we do that is because killer whales hear at a different frequency than what our voices typically talk at. Now, another way that we communicate with the whales is with an underwater tone system. And you guys just saw a little demonstration of that earlier. We actually have a box up on stage that has different buttons, and those buttons play a unique sound. And the whales have learned to do different behaviors for a different sound. So sometimes you might come to one of our organ counter presentations and see the whales doing behaviors all on their own. But really, it's our underwater tone system that is actually asking them to do the behaviors. Now, this type of training is really incredible and allows us to really expand and see how much killer whales can learn. Now, this is really fun training, but the most important kind of training that we do is called husbandry training, which is where the whales learn to participate in their own healthcare and well-being. One of the first husbandry positions that the whales learn is a position in which we would ask for a voluntary blood sample, just like you see our two whales presenting in our slide out. The whales learn to roll upside down, or ventrally, and present us with the bottom of their tail flips. Now in this position, it gives us a great look at their entire bodies, but it also allows us to get a voluntary blood sample from the veins you can see running through the underside of the tail flip right there. Now, the whales are trained to remain calm throughout this procedure, and our veterinarians come and collect a blood sample at least once a month. And as trainers, they'll commonly see us rubbing down the whales on different parts of their bodies, like their backs, their pectoral flippers, or even their tail flips. Killer whales have incredibly sensitive skin, and this is just one of the ways that we can reinforce them remaining calm throughout the procedure. It's also a great way for us to build our relationships with the whales. Now, getting a blood sample is just one of the incredible husbandry behaviors that we ask for every single day to make sure our whales are staying incredibly healthy. We can ask for different things like getting an x-ray from a whale, or even allowing us to brush their teeth, which we do every single morning and every single evening. But another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. The whales will slide up onto a giant killer whale-sized scale located in an adjacent pool and allow us to get their weight. Katina is on her way to show us similar behavior. Now, in this position with Katina, you might notice something. The position between her dorsal fin and her tail flukes are still in the water. This part of the killer whale is very big, very muscular. It's called the peduncle, and it's the powerhouse of the killer whale. And in natural athletic behavior we see in all killer whales is the ability to move that portion of their body with such force they can completely turn before re-entering the water. So in this position, with Katina's tail flukes and peduncle still in the water, we would not be getting an accurate weight. However, we can solve this problem pretty easily. We'll just ask Katina to lift her tail flukes all the way up and out of the water. Training this position ensures accuracy and allows us to make sure that our adult whales are maintaining a healthy weight and that our little whales are growing properly.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Hi everyone, I'm on the left side of the stadium down by the glass. I just saw that killer whales love to play, but did you know they can learn essential life skills by playing and through observational learning and mimicry? In fact, young killer whales learn essentially tons of new skills by playing games that follow the leader with their mother and other members of the pod. And today, we're going to be putting that to test by playing a game of killer whale follow the leader with all of you guys. So you ready to play?